Okay. All right, guys. So today's training is going to be a little bit different. This is going to be a training for individuals that actually want to build a team, right? If you want passive and residual income, you're going to have to build a team here, right? If you just try to do it with the majority of clients, it really won't work out for you. You're gonna be trading time for money. But this is going to be a little bit of different training because I'm going to show you how the services can lead you to finding business partners. See, I've come across individuals that have said, well, I don't really want to build a team. And what they're saying is, because I'll ask, so you're saying you would not like to have a residual income between $50 to $110,000 per month? That's what you're saying? No, I'm not saying I wouldn't want the bonus. I'm saying I don't want to build a team because I don't want to chase people. I don't want to do what it takes to get the bonus. So that's what I'm really saying when I don't want to build a team. Just understand when people say they don't want to build a team, they're not saying that they don't want the passive residual monthly income. Those are two different things. They want the income, but they're fearful or feeling like they have to chase people to build a team, which is just not the case. Y'all know I don't try to, if I've ever done a call with you and showed somebody the business opportunity, I've never tried to convince anyone. We never try to convince, we just sharing the information. Okay, so what does it look like to help individuals build a team through the services? All right, so let me pull up my slides. Okay, so top services that will help you build a team. Essential services for team building, right? So promotion of the right services, I got a spell check. Promotions of the right services can help you find your next business partner. You want to spend your time learning about these services before any other services that you offer. See, a lot of people ask me this question. What services should I focus on? Well, if your plan is to build a team, I would say there's going to be specific services that you should focus on because we got a lot of services here. But what services would I focus on if I'm planning to build a team? See, everything, if my mindset is around building a team and building an organization, then my mindset is around what services should I promote that leads back to an individual joining the team. So this is not going to be necessarily a training on how the particular services work. But what I'm going to be training on today is how the services connect back to being an agent with the company. All right. This is going to be a good training. So MyNove disputes, that's one of the services that you should really focus on. Okay. So why MyNove disputes? Because MyNove disputes is our credit software. And MyNove disputes is a very popular service because a lot of people need their credit repaired. Okay. Now, somebody comes to you and they need their credit repaired. But also, we understand that if we show them a couple additional services, right, and they like a couple of additional services, it's going to be easy for us to say, hey, would you like to know? I see you need a few of these services. Would you like to know how you can fix your credit, get paid to use these other services as well that you're interested in using, and help other people use these services and get paid? And they say yes. See, when they say yes, then it's easy to take them over to being a pro because MyNove disputes comes with being a pro. So MyNove disputes can easily lead back into being a pro. So I would really suggest you really focus on learning what MyNove disputes is. MyNove disputes manager. Okay. Now, I didn't mention credit likes because credit likes does not come with being a pro. See, I'm gonna tell you something else about MyNove disputes. Let's say if you got somebody, I'm gonna give y'all some sauce right here. This is gonna be a gem, so you probably want to take notes. MyNove disputes cost $199 to get started. Okay. Now, let's say somebody got started with MyNove disputes. They got 14 days where they can upgrade to being a pro. Somebody didn't know that. So if they spent $199, That means with another $150, they could become a pro because a pro $349. So if they spent $199, but y'all remember, if you and your uplines all contribute their first 40%, we could kick them back 150. I've done this several times where I've had somebody start at My Nove Disputes for $199, and then when I helped them send their letters, like we got back on a Zoom call and I walked them through their My Nove Disputes, and I showed them a few more services and they liked them, and I said, what if I could help you get started with being an agent here and it wouldn't cost you anything? Because you already spent $199. See, because now I could send them $150. We could get on a call with corporate. I could send them $150, and then corporate could process their card for that $150 and upgrade them to a pro. See, if we all pitched in on the back end, and we'll talk about that later, where we could kick back the first 40%, we could really get somebody upgraded from being a My Nove Disputes customer, and it wouldn't cost them anything because they already spent the $199. This is an easy transition to get somebody to get upgraded into a pro. Okay. See, I'm not talking about credit likes because, see, if you have somebody who uses credit likes, that's $239, but then their mindset is, I want the letters mailed for me. And when their mindset is on that, it's harder to get them to be a pro because their mindset is, well, I want the credit like system. I don't want the My Nove Dispute system. So if I got their mind on credit likes, it's going to be harder to get them into upgraded to a pro. So I really like to push the My Nove Disputes because my mindset is I want to have people that want to join the business and become business partners. See what I'm saying? So I'm being strategic by promoting the My Nove Disputes because my goal is business partners. And I like for my business partners to be clients and help them fix their credit and then show them how to make some money. Okay? You might have to come back and watch the video again for just everything I said on that. Okay? Now, let's go to another one. Please mute. We got to mute somebody. Okay? Let's go to another service. The bank account. All right? The bank account, SoFi, how does this lead back to being somebody becoming an agent with the team? Well, the bank account is a low-hanging fruit. And a lot of times we might not even get on the phone with people to help them with their bank account. We might just send them the link. Well, once you send them the link and then they send you that confirmation back that they opened the bank account, maybe you offered them a free vacation or you offered them the grocery voucher for them to send that screenshot to confirm they opened that bank account. But once you know they've opened that bank account, you now got somebody that is a warm spirit that believes in your product, that is a product of the product. So once they've opened that bank account, all you have to simply do is say, hey, you like that bank account? That was a great idea, right? They say yes. And you simply say, would you like to see some other things that we offer that are great ideas, and some may not even cost you any money, like this SoFi account that you just set up? And they say yes. At that point, set up a Zoom call. Set up a 2-on-1 Zoom call or a 1-on-1 Zoom call. And we can show them everything at that point. The free LLC setup, the personal loan and the business loans that are free to apply for with a soft pull on credit. See, Zoom calls are the key, guys. So you need people to see all of the information. If you only allow them to see just the services and you never get them to a Zoom call, a 2-on-1 Zoom call or a 1-on-1 Zoom call, if you never get them to a Zoom call, they can never see all the information and they'll never be able to make a decision on whether they want to just be a client or become an agent and join the team. So SoFi is a low-hanging fruit to build up the trust and to pique their interest. Every SoFi client you set up, after they get set up, you should be trying to get them on a Zoom call to say, hey, would you like to see other services that are free, that are a great idea? They say yes, but you're not sending any more links unless you send in a Zoom link for them to jump on that Zoom call. Okay? Major, major key right there to maximize the efficiency. SoFis can turn into business partners. Let's go to the next one. The LLC setup, how does this lead back to business partners? Well, you might set up somebody's LLC for $0, right? Free LLC setup. And after you set up their LLC, typically they want to get some funding. Okay. Now, when it comes to the funding, they might end up getting denied for the funding. 9 times out of 10, most people get denied due to their credit scores, right? And then what do? We take them right back to MyNove Disputes, which can lead right back to becoming an agent, right? Or they get denied due to DTI, their debt to income ratio. They got too much debt. Maybe we need to take them to the personal loans, or maybe we need to take them to some debt consolidation, right? But we're getting them back to a Zoom call so we can show you how to fix the issue if you got denied, right? But most of the time, this is going to take them back to MyNove Disputes. You show them a few more services. Hey, would you also like to find out how you can use these services and get paid to use them? And then you bring them back over to, that gives you permission to show them the affiliate side. Okay. So LLCs can lead you back to a person actually seeing all the information to becoming an agent. Okay. Because LLCs leads to business funding. Business funding, they might get 9 times out of 10, they get denied. And then we bring them to a Zoom call to show them all the services. And then we ask the question. Okay. Let's go here. Business funding. I just kind of talked about the business funding because they end up getting denied for the business funding, which then brings them back to the MyNove Disputes. We show them some other things, and then it brings them back to the agent question, right? How do you get paid to use these services? Business credit, the business credit builder program. Well, you're going to get people that's looking for business credit. When you get them on a call, you're going to talk to them about their business credit, right? And it's $2,500, which is not a lot of money, but a lot of people don't have the $2,500, which then you could talk to them about a business. You could talk to them about a personal loan to finance it. But talking about the personal loan leads them back to, how is your credit score? Credit scores is not that great. Okay, that leads them back to MyNove Disputes. MyNove Disputes leads them back to being a pro, because now they can get the credit software included with being a pro, and then they can get paid to actually use the business credit builder program. They could be a client of themselves. Looking at how all this ties back to presenting the information so people can see the affiliate side of things. And then actually another service that you should learn, right, is the affiliate program. Knowing the difference between a basic and a pro, knowing how it all works. See, these services right here, if I'm going back through them, are the main services that I would say you should focus on learning. If you had to pick any services, you want to know how MyNove Disputes Manager works. You want to know how SoFi works. You want to know how the LLC works. You want to know how business funding works, the business credit builder program works, and you want to know how the affiliate page works. You want to study each page on your website, because this is how you can tie in the services with showing the information about how to generate income, how to use the services, and get paid to use them, and get paid to help other people use them. And this is how you can use the services to connect back to potential agents joining your team. Okay. So that was a quick training, but I want to open up the floor to see if anybody has any questions about anything we talked about.
I had put a question in the chat, and it says, what's a good way to help CoSphere with like SoFi accounts?
What's a good way to help CoSphere
Like people
with
that you don't know, like let's say you ran through your WarmSphere, you helped them with the SoFi accounts. Now you want to help more people. What's a good way to help more people?
So what's a good way to prospect for leads from your CoSphere?
Yeah.
Okay, so for instance, on social media, you could do something like this. I dropped a post in the chat the other day. See, when people try to promote SoFi, they're trying to promote it like Hey, this account is better for you, 3.8%, 4% interest, right? This is going to be a great account, but it just looks like advertising. So how can you pique the interest? Because that's what it's all about, piquing the interest. For one, yes, you could DM the script, DM the script, DM the script. Here's some financial information. I wish I had known when I was, younger. They don't teach us this in school. We got a script to send out for that. But what's a good way to attract people to you? By not promoting the service, by putting up a post that says, hey, Facebook friends, or hey, who has Bank of America or Chase? Who has PNC? Who uses PNC Bank? Right? Or hey, friends, hey, who uses Chime or Cash App? Right? And then people start they start responding to that. Now, I can't guarantee everybody's going to get good results from that, but that's a good way to pique interest. And you just want to know who has it to start that conversation and say, hey, and then when they say me, then they say, hey, you say, hey, I'm going to inbox you, check your inbox or something like that. So that's a good way to try to pique the interest versus just trying to sell the product or push the service. Because even though it's a free bank account, people are looking at it like you're trying to sell something. A good way is to have conversation starters, right? Maybe, does anybody know how much Bank of America pays on interest? Does anybody know how much, how much does your bank pay you on interest? Anybody know that? Or just different things like that to pique interest to start the conversation, and then you can take it to their inbox. Yeah. Great question. Okay. Anybody else got a question? Any other questions? Any other questions? Conversation starters. Let me write that down. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Conversation starters. All right. All right. All right. Everybody pretty much got like the gist of that training on how to transition people from. Let me ask this question right here. If no one has a question, what is the key? What is absolutely necessary that has to happen in order for someone to be able to join your team or make a decision to join your team? What is something that's absolutely necessary that has to happen?
Zoom call.
Man, a Zoom call, a presentation has to happen, whether it's a Zoom presentation or whether you're giving a presentation in public or whether you sit down with somebody and y'all watch the presentation on a video. But a presentation has to happen. So if you want to build a team, if you want to build an organization, you have to put them in a position or put yourself in a position where you can show them or someone else can show them all of the information. Or else you're going to be showing people one service at a time and they never see the full presentation, even though you might have helped somebody with the with a bank account, and then you posting on your page, join my team. Don't expect that person to come back and say, how I join your team. Now, some will, but don't expect that. You have to push the issue. You have to find a way to get that person from just being a client to coming to see the information. Zoom calls, in-person presentations, sitting down with someone, watching the video, jumping on the Zoom and playing the video for them if you don't know how to get a presentation, and then stopping it and pausing it and answering questions, things like that. But they have to see the whole presentation, and they have to, absolutely necessary, you have to have their full attention. That's why I'm not a fan of putting people on corporate opportunity calls or big group calls, unless it's your business launch. Because if your business launch, they come in there for you, they're going to pay more attention. But if it's just a corporate call and you just inviting them to that, man, the kids getting in the way, they loud, the wife needs something, the husband needs something, they ain't got their camera on. You don't even know if they even watching the whole thing. So it's got to be a presentation that happens, and you got to make sure you're getting their full attention. That's why one-on-ones, two-on-ones, or in person is the best way to get a full, complete exposure. So now they have all the information and they can make an informed decision on whether they want to be a client, they want to join as a basic, or they want to join as a pro. Very, very important, and that's key. If you finding that you're not having very many presentations and people not seeing the full information, you're probably going to find that the number of affiliates or agents or business partners that you join and having that's joining your team, you're going to find that that number is low because you're not getting full, complete presentations. Okay. So hopefully everybody got that piece. Anybody else have any other questions, feedback, anything they want to add?
I might have missed something.
But ladies first.
Okay, thank you. I might have missed some of that. My niece was talking to me, but my question is, where you was talking about the agent part. Is it a script we can specifically go over, or is it something in the back office we can go over, video or something to see?
How to get agents?
Yeah.
The number one, great question. The number one, and I did a training on this, and I will I'll drop that training again.
Okay.
The number one way to get affiliates to join your team is to get more presentations. What's the number one way to get more presentations? Is your warm spirit, right? And then we do have a script. It's a phone call script, right? Where you can reach out to people. I'll Zoom user. I think that's Keys. I see the picture. Yeah, Keys. So yeah, I'll be dropping this training. Once I get it downloaded, I'll drop it in the Heavy Impact chat. But Monica, yeah, there's a warm spear training that I did. There's a phone call script to call people because you want to go with a higher level of communication, and you just want to ask them if they like to see what you're doing. You're not trying to, the mistake people make is they're trying to call their warm spear and tell them, I got something great for you. You can make money. We got these services. No, that shouldn't be the reason that you want them to see what you're doing. You should just want them to see what you're doing because it can help other people and they can give you word of mouth so that other people would know. Maybe they want to use the services, maybe they don't, but that's not our purpose. Our purpose is to spread the word. Okay, that's it, right? So there's a script for that, for warm spear. For cold spear, when it comes to cold spear, you can use a simple script like, hey, do you know anyone who needs to fix their credit or looking for additional income? You just going through the numbers for cold spear. It ain't even nothing special. Ain't no special script for it, right? It just gives you the numbers, right? You need people to see the information in the presentation, and one of the easiest ways is warm spear, and then using the script that I'm going to drop as well in that video.
Okay.
All right, great. See, why do I keep saying that, y'all? Just look at who you got on your team right now. Look at other people who they got on their team. Most of us are friends, family, co-workers. Most of us are all warm speed. Auntie, uncle, nieces, son, daughter, mom, dad, grandma, granddad is mostly warm spirit. Now, a lot of us might be strangers to each other at one point, right? We family now, but we were strangers to each other at one point. But the person that brought them in wasn't a stranger. A lot of people bring in a warm spirit. Monica, look at your agent. You got Ty. Y'all knew each other. You see what I'm saying? It was warm spirit. Ty brought on. Yeah, Ty brought on LaDon, right? I don't even know it. I don't even know, but I get 99% of the 99% chance or 90% chance Ty and LaDon know each other. You see what I'm saying? Do you know if they knew each other?
I think they do, because I didn't know who she was.
You didn't know, LaDon, but Ty did. That's Ty's warm spear. So that's what we got to look at. A lot of times when we looking at other people like, man, they bringing on agents and they team bringing on agents. How's they doing it? What scripts is they using? No, y'all don't even know. I know because I'm checking. I'm checking in with everything that's happening. I'm running numbers. And y'all don't even know, oh, they knew that person. See, when they knew him, it was easier to get them on a call to show them something. It wasn't easier to convince them. It was easier to get them, it was easier to get them to see some information so that person could decide if it was something they wanted to do. Nove is a no-brainer. It ain't too many people that see Nove that don't like it. It's just a matter of getting the presentation in front of them. That's really it. Right? So, great question. Great question, Monica. Anybody else? Oh, Dominic.
Yeah, this is for like with the SoFi cards. I found out even in your cold and warm sphere. I just found out that SoFi is the official bank of the NBA. So it's definitely something to have, and somebody in sport is gonna like that. But I also I act as if they should have this card. So I let them know. I'm like, now before you sign for that free card, you can either sign for free, or I can show you how to make $50 for signing up for it. And I say 50 because even though it's 61, that's gonna be a bonus to make the eyes fall out when they hear about it. So that's worked for me on cold and warm.
Let's go. Let's go. So what Dominic just said was he attached the SoFi card to something that was well known and familiar, a trusted brand. See, he attached the SoFi to the NBA, right? See, they don't know SoFi, and they don't believe in SoFi necessarily, but they do believe in the NBA, and they do know the NBA. And if they know if the NBA rocking with it, see, the NBA edified SoFi, right? So that's a great strategy, and that's a sales and a marketing strategy. Dominic's so cold; he be doing stuff, and I don't even know if he know what he be doing. He just like it's in him. It's just like embedded in him. But that's actually a marketing strategy to attach something that's an unfamiliar brand to something that is a very familiar brand, and then people have that brand that recognition, and they give it the same respect as the brand that they know already.
That's how you get into the presentation too.
Exactly. Because you left it dangling out there that they could make some money by doing this. And when it comes to making money, people always going to expect, when they're interested in making the money piece, they ain't just expecting that you're going to be able to send them something, right? They ain't just expecting that you're going to be able to explain it all. When you tell them like, all right, I need you to see this, because now we're talking about something on a higher level than just being a customer. We're talking about actually making some money. We're talking about actually being a business partner. We're actually talking about not just recruiting someone, but we actually talking about having a business meeting with a business professional. Now, I guarantee you one thing that Dominic does when he's doing this that he ain't told you is his posture, his demeanor. He's so sure about it. This thing is next level. You gotta have this card and you gotta see what else we doing. See, if you go, well, you should have the card, and they're connected with the NBA, and I think it would be something that would be great. See, think, and words like that, think versus I know. I guarantee you, Dominic's posture, not only is what he's talking about great, but he's making it sound great, and his posture is great, and his confidence is great, and he's right. I call it the Donald Trump method. Right? Everything Donald Trump says is great. Oh, it's going to be the best. It's the best in history. We got the best people working. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be something that this country has never seen before. It's going to last a lifetime. It's going to come for generations and generations. Donald Trump will never tell you it might be all right. It should be okay. It's so-so. I think it's going to be all right. Hope it works. He'll never talk to you that way. Right? And that's how you got to talk to people about your business. You got to have that Donald Trump strategy. He's always marketing. Any bills he's trying to push, He's trying to get popular opinion from the public with certain things. But whatever he says, the what's the one he's trying to push? The biggest bill, the best bill, or something like that. He puts these simple adjectives on it where people can understand it and it's not complicated to them. And he makes it sound so great that people are like, that's all I need. He's selling every time, right? It's in him to do that, right? So put the Donald Trump on it, right? So thank you for that, Dominic. Great train that Dominic just gave. Just dropping.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else got anything, any questions, any feedback, anything they want to add? All right, y'all. So this whole training was to get your mind wrapped around how to service. Yes, sir. Yes,
This
sir.
piece. I ain't really had too much to say. I just want to say, shout out Diamond, my upline, for basically sending me a text and encouraging me to hop on. Cause I would have, even though you reiterating the fact that we should be keeping our attention on. I'm glad I joined, you know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't have want to miss it, I just need to be reassured, what I'm doing and not to worry too much because I like to overthink. Well, I don't like to overthink, but I tend to overthink. And that's just how I do sometimes with a lot of stuff. Underthink, overthink, or however it sounds, it don't matter. But I be all around the boards, but it's something so simple. It's so basic. You start with one thing, you feel me? So I appreciate you and everybody and their comments and everybody sharing. But I appreciate this, y'all tapping in and you pouring into us and keeping us focused, That's all.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Keeson. You absolutely right, bro. When you say that, it's so simple. It starts with one thing, and if you got a plan, see, you know your systems. If everybody know their system, and you know your plan, and you know how everything connect. See, like I said, this wasn't about a training about the services. It was a training about how the services can lead back to someone seeing the full presentation. But Keith is absolutely right. It's so simple. It starts with one thing, but you know what's the next step in your process. You know what's the next step or how I can lead. Now, it's not going to work every time, y'all. But if you know how the flow, there should be a flow chart in your business, in your system, in your strategy. There should be a flow chart that if they go here, I could take them here. If they go here, I could take them here. If they go here, I could take them here. Because you got to understand where you want to lead them back to see that overall presentation. Don't just take the one client and I got a client and I'm so happy and I'm on the board and I got a check coming and I'm done and there it goes. No, try to get that person into the next step into your system. Right? Always try to get that back to a presentation because more presentations guarantees you Zoom, 2-on-1, 1-on-1, in-person presentation, seeing the full information will lead back ultimately to you having more team members. And why do you need more team members? Because you need or want this monthly bonus. And to get this monthly bonus, you need more people to see this. You need more people to see this affiliate page. If they never see this affiliate page, if they never see what it costs to be a basic or a pro, if they never see any of this, your odds of them becoming an agent on your team or business partner are drastically reduced. All right. Anybody got anything else that they want to add?
Hey, Aziz, it's Anita.
Let's go.
So I know you said we want to get people in front of the presentation, but what about the people who are not tech savvy when it comes to Zoom? Say, for instance, someone reached out to me when I did the church fundraiser post, and he he said without so many words that he didn't know how to do a Zoom. So what is a way, you know, I know we probably need to get somebody that has that connection, because I think they're in North Carolina, but just in case I run across somebody that does not know how to do Zoom.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So there's other ways you could do the presentation. One way is we could do it over the phone and send them links to things as we talking about them and say, click on that link. And
Okay.
this is a great question, right? Because they can click on the link, they can go to a website. Okay, so I just sent you a link. Let me know once you clicked on that. Okay, I'm here. And then I'll start talking about that service. Okay, sending you another link, right? And I'll start talking about that service, right? So there's a way we can do it that way, right? Of course, if you're local to that person, you can definitely get in front of them right there with a laptop and get in front of
Right.
them. The last option I would be to say is to send them a video. Really don't like to send videos. I'll maybe sit and watch a video with someone, but really don't like to just send the video. You know, I'll send a video to somebody if my time, like my time is getting so booked up because I'm just helping a team that I can't even give proper presentations for myself, right? Because I'm really focused on helping the team grow. So I might use videos, but I'm just like going through the numbers, but I'm really focused on the team. But I wouldn't advise anyone on the team when you're trying to build something from scratch and you got the time, that I wouldn't advise anyone to use a video. But what I would say is, okay, if that person is not tech savvy, maybe we can get them on the phone and help walk them through how to set up the Zoom, download the app, etc. Sometimes people, they say they're not able to do stuff. It's just that they don't want to use the brain power to figure it out. But if you already know how to do it, you can get on the phone with them and help them download Zoom and things of that nature. Okay, now we're on. Cool. Help them walk through it. If that don't work, then we do a phone call. Have I closed people over the phone? Yeah, I've closed people over the phone before. It's not my first option, but I've closed agents over the phone without them actually getting on a Zoom. But I would
Got it.
prefer for them to get on a Zoom first and foremost.
Okay.
Yeah, great question.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great question. Really great question. Okay. All right. Anybody else got a question or anything they want to add? Okay. Feel free to ask a question because somebody on your team might come back and watch this video. And they might be like, your question might be the question that helped them, right? Any other questions? Any feedback? Anybody want to say anything before we get out of here? Right. All right, y'all.
Mr.
So
Aziz,
go ahead. Let's go.
this might sound crazy because I was like, okay, I have a question. But so when you're working with your team and you have people that I know it's Rita. I know we always supposed to go with Rita as the next step. But I don't want to say you don't want to leave anybody behind. How do you help them unlock their mindset to take the step? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you help them move forward? I don't know if that's the right words, but are you getting what I'm saying? Because
No, I understand what you're saying.
it's a lot of stagnation and they have potential, but they're like life this, life that. And I do understand because, you know, as a breast cancer survivor and all the things I've survived, you know, I'm still putting in the work. I might not be putting in a full 9 to 5 doing my business, but I am applying myself. So how do you get them unstuck, or how do you get them to stop sabotaging, and I won't say procrastinating, but stop being afraid? For me, it was convention.
So you kind of asked a couple different questions. You said one was, how do you get them to kind of tap in, it sounds like,
Right.
right?
Right.
Then the other one you said, how do you get them to stop being afraid? That's two different things, right? So if it's
Okay.
just a matter of them not tapping in and you're trying to tap in with them, you're saying, hey, let's set up calls, let's set up trainings, jump on the team calls, right? And you gotta, if you're trying to do one-on-ones and things of that nature, and they're just like not responding to that, then what you have is someone who's not hungry, willing, or coachable, right? It's not their season. They not ready for it. It's not much you can do with somebody who's not hungry, willing, and coachable. See, some people just pay their $99 a month or pay their $49 a month as a pro because it's more like a gym membership. We keep gym memberships and don't go to the gym. Why do we keep? Because if we keep paying for it, maybe one of these days we're going to actually go to the gym. It's kind of like we keeping it there to try to motivate us to go to the gym. Well, some people might be keeping their membership here with Nove because they hoping one day they're going to be motivated, or when they feel like the time is right, they're going to actually start working their business, right? So we still going to love on those people. We still going to let them know we there to support them. We still going to be saying, hey, like, keep doing what you're doing, to let them know that you're there to support them and you want to help them and you want to coach them and you want to train them. But you can't make them do nothing. They gotta tap in at some point for themselves, right? So that's number one. When you got people that's not necessarily
I'm
hungry,
texting Ashley.
not
Let's go.
necessarily willing at that moment, and they not necessarily coachable, there's not much you can do for them. Okay. Now, your other question, right? You said about fear, right? Is that a question as well about fear?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So at that point, you can't motivate, in my opinion, you can't motivate somebody not to be fearful. That's
Okay.
more of a thing where you have to counsel them. And you have to counsel them and you have to ask, what are they fearful of? And you got to start breaking that down. And then you have to ask them as well, once they acknowledge what they're fearful of, you got to ask them, are they willing to work through that fear? Do they want to get over that fear? Because if somebody's fearful of something and they don't want to get over that fear, they're comfortable and they like being in that fearful position. They ain't ready to go to that level of working through their fear. Now, usually fear comes into place when there's no preparation. See, but when you're prepared for something, then you have less fear. See, it's not a risk when it becomes a plan. Those are two different things. So now maybe we need to start working on their fear. Okay, what their fear is of talking with people. Well, let's do some role playing. Let's do some one-on-one role playing until you get comfortable just role playing with me. Because sometimes when I'm doing role play with people one-on-one and we on the phone, they in fear and scared, and it's just me and them. But if we can get to the point where we can role play enough, where you comfortable speaking with me, or they comfortable speaking with you on a role play, then they can get comfortable because they prepped for this moment.
Okay.
See, if you tell somebody, shouts out to Katrina, aka Karate Kid, aka Karate Woman, right? see, if we try to go and do a karate match like Katrina with the level of people she fighting against, I'm gonna be fearful. I ain't practiced or prepared for this. But if I've been training and I've been in the gym with Katrina and she look over to me and say, Aziz, you ready? I'm gonna go on that mat with more confidence because and I know I'm good with Katrina. And I know Katrina fighting these people. So I can go fight them too because I'm duplicating Katrina. You see what I'm saying? So you got to find out what they're fearful about and help them prep and work through that fear if they ready to work through that fear. If not, we just gonna keep developing, we gonna keep working, I'm gonna keep checking in with you, but I'm here when you ready. But like you said, RITA is the answer. For those that don't know what RITA stands for, that stands for Recruiting is the Answer, RITA. Then that means your people ain't ready yet. They still working through some things. You try to help them work through it, but you ain't gonna bug them about it. But you're gonna go find you some more people that you can work with as well. And then when When them people ready, then now you got a whole squad that's running. Yep. Great question.
Thank you.
No problem. Dominic, I think I saw your hand up, bro. Maybe not. Maybe not.
It,
Maybe
it
not.
was. You answered it.
Okay. Okay. Cool. 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 Kier said that's right. They know there is something that they want, but they don't know when they are ready or not ready yet. Yeah, we can't make them ready. You hound somebody too hard, you're gonna hound them right out the business. But we're gonna check on them. We're gonna keep them on the list. You know, we're gonna make our rounds and see what they want to do. We're gonna send them reminders when training's happening and things of that nature. We're gonna ask them if they want to run fast or if they want to walk slow or they want to run fast. If they want to walk, we're gonna walk with them. If they want to run, we're gonna run with them. Right? I ask people this question too, y'all. Do you just want to focus on clients or do you want to build a team? Everybody don't want to build a team. And so now you got somebody who just want to focus on clients and they absolutely don't want to build a team. They don't care about the monthly passive residual income and they just completely against building a team. But you keep coming to them about building a team, that means you ain't listening. We ain't listening to them. All we're going to do is push them out the business. So if they want to focus just on clients, I'm going to focus them just on clients. And you know why I don't care about helping them focus just on clients? Because of the training that I just did today. See, if they put me on a call with a client, I already know what my goal is. And if I know what my goal is, I'm going to bring them back to seeing the whole thing, right? They going to get an agent by default messing with me. Look, let's go, Kier. I see your hand up.
I just wanted to say, Jennifer, just to piggyback off of that, sometimes you just have to meet them where they at. Even though they're in this business and they not really ready, talk about the things that they're going through. If you are just a accountability partner for them, that leads them to wanting to get into the business more as well, and just continuing to show up for yourself. Also, just continue to tap in with them, just continue to join the meetings, keep inviting them to the meetings, but just talk to them, meet them where they're at. If they have issues going on, because everybody knows life be happening.
Mm-hmm.
Life be happening. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes just that call, hey, I'm just checking in on you to see how you doing. Nothing to do with the business. You don't even have to say that. But I'm just
Gotcha.
checking to see how you doing, see what's going on with you today.
Okay.
See if everything okay. You know,
Yeah.
kind of meet them where they at. And when they feel like, it's a saying that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Right.
That
Right.
is a
Right.
serious saying. So if you
Okay.
always calling them, talking about the business, then it's like, okay, she's only focused on me to be in this business
Gotcha.
and not really
Okay.
caring, what's
About
going
me
on
as
with
a
me.
person.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Thank you,
yeah.
Queen.
Yeah, Jim
Mhm.
right there, right?
Yeah.
And look, sometimes you get on a training call, and it is about a training call, and y'all both know it's supposed to be a training call, but you might just start a training call like, man, how you been? What's going on? Like, what's up with this? I see you went on vacation. I see, you know what I'm saying? How'd you enjoy that? Like, just to loosen it up, because I know one thing as a mentor, a upline, no matter what level you at, sometimes it can be intimidating for people to talk with you. Now you like, ain't no reason for you to be intimidated to talk to me, but they naturally might feel that way. So sometimes you might just have to be a human being with them first, because they may never want to set another call with you after the first one.
Wow.
So you always got to be building rapport. Even if it's a call that's strictly about business. So
Don't want to make them feel like they're going to the principal's office.
yeah, exactly. Nobody want to go to the principal office, man. We
Or
want
like
to get 9 to 5 because of those reasons.
Aziz.
Like when we talked to him, Monica, I know that's what Monica
Yeah,
about to say.
yeah. Like when Aziz intimidator.
I knew that's what Monica was about to say.
Yeah. And I mean, because part of it too is like, man, what is he going to ask me? Or what is my mentor going to ask me? Well, it's not. And look, and that's what you got to explain to your team as well is you're not asking questions all the time to like test someone. You might be asking questions to see what they know. And you got to explain sometimes your methods of why you're doing things as well. So they kind of know why you're doing it. Yeah. So great question. Great leadership question. And great gym, Kier as well. Yeah. Dominic, I see your hand up.
Yeah, I actually would start from the very beginning because if you're their mentor and you congratulate them on having the mindset to start a business that they had to pay for, that's big congrats right there. That'll help them get more into actually engaging more.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Dominic. I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's get it. Anybody else? I don't want to cut off any questions, anything like that, or any feedback. Anybody else have anything else they want to add?
I do.
Let's go.
Jennifer, when you was talking about fear, I used to have fear because I would never talk in the group. When I first started, I never talked. And it was because I was afraid of what I was going to say. I was afraid I was going to let myself down. And I was always talking myself down. And after getting in trouble with Aziz to get out of that, he told me, he just told me, just straight up and down. He said, I don't want to hear you say that no more. But what I can't do and what he know I can do. And ever since that, I ain't never said it no more. So yeah, just work with him.
Thank
Sometimes
you, Queen.
we gotta get out our own way, and it'll turn around for them. If they truly want it, just right now they might not sure what they want, but you keep working with them, they'll get it. So
Thank you,
you
Queen. I
got it.
appreciate it.
You're
Thank
welcome.
I just want to say that's a major gem that Monica just dropped. That's a major gem. And you talked about nobody wants to go to the principal office. Well, when you leading, when do you take people to the principal office? When they having self-defeating thoughts, right? They having self-doubt, when they kicking themselves down. That's when you say that ain't acceptable, right? But you don't kick you're not gonna kick nobody when they trying. You're not gonna kick them then. You're not gonna like try to take them to the principal office when they trying, right? You take them to the principal office when they start having the wrong type of thoughts and the wrong type of mentality, and you say, no, we can't do that, right? That's when you use your strong arm of the law or whatever you want to call it. That's when you use that type of, now you're in trouble now because you self-doubting yourself and you thinking wrong, and we gonna correct that. But just for someone, when somebody's trying, they hungry, they willing and coachable, hey, we gonna mess up. We gonna fail our way to the top. But when we start doubting ourselves, like Monica saying, she didn't get in trouble, but that's when it's like, nah, now you in trouble. Now I'm pulling out the no excuses card on you right now, because we not gonna do that, right? So that was a major gem, Monica, for leadership. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Dominic, I see your hand up.
Hey, real quick, just when people start having self-doubt or feeling down or whatever, music does everything. I'm gonna put 2 songs in the chat. One is Sounds of Blackness, Optimistic, and the other one's called Positive Vibes by a guy named Anywhere. Listen to them every day. It's a nice beat. It will definitely bring you back up. I almost guarantee it. So that's all I gotta say. I'm gonna put them in the chat.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome.
All right, cool. All right, y'all. I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I know it's Saturday. We still got 20 people on the call. I know it's Saturday. I know y'all want to get to to life and start doing some things. I will be dropping a recording. Thank you for allowing me the time to speak on this call, just hearing my thoughts, hearing my opinions. Go back, watch this video, the first part of it or all of it if you need to, but share it with your team that didn't make it to the call, and share it with future agents as well, because even though sometimes you might know some things that make complete sense to you and it's the obvious, other people, it may not be that obvious to them. And you got to show them the way of how to connect those dots. Okay. All right, y'all, let's go. Amazing leadership from everybody on the call. Man, just understand you and this team this last month was top 30% in the company, man. We wrecked that thing, man. Let's get it. And we're going to keep adding on to that. So let's get it, y'all. Man, y'all have a blessed day and see y'all at the TOP.
Let's
Let's
go.
go. See you at the top.
Let's go.